Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go.
Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Backshot Boxing. Nah, man, big news, man. Man, the 154 division has been wild, wild west for years now. No one can seemingly get all four titles, not even Floyd Mayweather. When Floyd Mayweather had all the titles at 154, he didn't have every single title. He was still missing one. And that being said, man, JERMELL CHARLO has 3 of the 4 world titles. He has every title besides the WBO title, and the title was being almost held hostage by Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions. Who was holding the title? Patrick Teixeira was holding that title, man, and he was holding that title for dear life. Now, he was talking a good game about fighting JERMELL CHARLO, but it never came to fruition. Recently, he fought Brian Carlos Castano, and Castano just bullied the guy all night long. Crazy stuff, man. Brian Castano, man, a veteran Argentinian, and understand that region is known for power punchers. Think Marcus Madonna, think Lucas Matisse, think Carlos Monzon. Those are all Argentine fighters. They are ruthless. And they are known for trying to stop you. Now, this guy has extremely high knockout ratio, and understand that he has extreme amateur pedigree as well. What do I mean by his amateur pedigree? Well, it's so good that he actually beat ERROL Spence the Truth Jr. in the amateurs. Yes, he beat him in 2011, March 27th. Crazy stuff, man. He beat the kid, and so Brian Castano is not just a power puncher, but he's a seasoned veteran as well. And if he can outbox you, he will outbox you. So he does have a high boxing IQ as well. Now, this makes the kid extremely dangerous because, if you can outpoint someone like a ERROL Spence Jr., then that guy is not just a power puncher, but he's an advanced fighter. And that being said, JERMELL CHARLO is going to have his hands full with a fighter like Brian Castano. And I think that JERMELL CHARLO has a problem with pressure fighters. If you just watch any of JERMELL CHARLO's fights that's actually competitive, like the Tony Harrison fight, JERMELL CHARLO was having problems with Tony Harrison just coming forward with above average defense and just basically letting his hands go. That's all Tony Harrison was doing. He was coming forward, he was throwing punches in a really intelligent manner, choosing his shots, but he was overwhelming JERMELL CHARLO. That's how he was able to outpoint him the first fight. He was more active. He was a sharpshooter. He was able to counter JERMELL CHARLO and make him make mistakes. So that being said, this Argentine fighter is the same thing, but he hits harder. He hits harder, and he knows how to fight short. This guy is shorter than Tony Harrison, so it's not the same dynamic because Tony Harrison was taller than JERMELL CHARLO. This guy is shorter. He knows how to fight short, so he can get underneath JERMELL CHARLO. So, the guy is good with those rip shots. So this is definitely going to be a big fight, man. And there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to have to fight next. I just don't see why they wouldn't fight next. So we're going to see how this whole thing plays out with Brian Castano. But that was an extremely big win for him, the Patrick Teixeira fight. He just broke him down, man. I'm surprised they let that fight go to the decision. I'm surprised his trainer didn't throw in the towel. So, man, I'm really high on Brian Carlos Castano, man. Came out of nowhere, seemingly. But if you actually look at his resume is just dipped in veteran. This guy has Purple Hearts. This guy is a war general. This guy has seen it all. He's seen it all, man. And understand that. If you actually look at his record outside of the amateur record, he did fight Wale Amato, which is a really good win, and Arizona Lower, he got a draw with him, which is the most technical fighter at 154. If you can get a draw with Arizona Lower, understand that the most technically advanced fighter at 154 that only throws punches when he is certain he's going to land, he could barely get a decision out of him. So that tells you that you're not going to be able to just pick your shots with this kid because he pressures you too much. So yeah, man, I'm really high on this kid. We're going to see what happens with JERMELL CHARLO and Brian Carlos Castano, but he definitely is a threat. We're going to see how ERROL Spence Jr. weighs in on him fighting JERMELL CHARLO, because he can't say JERMELL's gonna beat him when he lost to him. And from what I hear from sparring, ERROL SPENCE gets the better of JERMELL. From what I hear in sparring, I mean, it could or could not be true, but the consensus, if you had a poll right now and you would say who's the best fighter between ERROL SPENCE Jr. and JERMELL CHARLO, most people would pick ERROL SPENCE Jr. Now, I'm not saying ERROL SPENCE Jr. is the better fighter, but I'm saying that's the consensus. But understand that this guy I'm talking about already beat ERROL SPENCE Jr. Amateurs or not, he still won. So that being said, if this guy beat ERROL SPENCE Jr., you'd think he'd easily beat someone like a JERMELL CHARLO, who's not as advanced as ERROL SPENCE Jr. ERROL SPENCE Jr. can box better than JERMELL CHARLO. ERROL SPENCE Jr. can fight in the inside better than JERMELL CHARLO. ERROL SPENCE Jr., in my opinion, hits harder than JERMELL CHARLO. ERROL SPENCE Jr. is more calm and he's more controlled in the ring than JERMELL CHARLO. It's just JERMELL CHARLO is a bigger fighter. So so we're gonna see how this Carlos guy deals with someone like a JERMELL CHARLO, because he's seen that already. So yeah, man, I'm really high on this guy. Big deal. I haven't seen too many interviews. Hopefully he can speak decent English and we can get some real, some real banter at the guy. Let me know what you guys thought about it though, man. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geobasket Empire. Peace.